Louisville Ford workers find themselves divided over a contract deal with the automaker. Overnight, local UAW 862 revealed its production workers voted against that deal, while skilled trades workers voted in favor of it. When all those votes were tallied, about 55% of the production workers at Louisville's Ford plants voted against the new 4.5-year contract. 69% of skilled trade workers voted for it. Now, that new contract would guarantee a 25% wage increase for workers and reinstate cost of living adjustments, which were something employees gave up during the financial crisis of 2008. Local 862 leader Todd Dunn says now that Louisville has had its say, we'll have to wait for the rest of the Ford workers across the country to cast their votes before a final decision is made.
It's an overall majority. You know, it's not a 50% plus one. Yes, it passed. You're good to go. So they've taken all the numbers of everybody who voted across the country and do that population.
Now, the union has released the percentages for the votes. Some of the official tallies for individual Ford plants are coming in, and we do know there are more production workers than skilled trade workers here in Louisville. If the union nationally votes to reject that contract, it'll be back to the bargaining table for Ford and union leadership. Again, we will need to wait for all the votes nationwide to determine what these next steps are, though it does look like the majority are coming in right now in favor. We have been following this story for months. You can find more details on what's in that current agreement in this story on WHAS11.com. And just hours ago, local leaders addressed the persistent odor issues in West Louisville. Residents have complained of the smell for months now, describing it as stagnant and chemical-like. District 1 Councilwoman Tammy Hawkins, along with representatives from the Metro Sewer District, were there today. MSD's executive director said the reason for the odor stems from a combined sewer system inside the Watterson Expressway, and that holds both storm and wastewater from industry and residents here in Louisville. But MSD said due to the lack of rain we've seen, it's harder to clean out the system. MSD did say it's working on short and long-term projects to fix the issues.
We have been doing things operationally in the short term. For example, our crews work 7 days a week, and when we get odor complaints, we respond that day. We respond and we flush catch basins, we deodorize the system, and in addition to that, we have been working with the Louisville Water Company to systematically use their fire hydrant flushing program in areas where we are getting odor control complaints.
MSD has also hired contractors to put water into the sewer systems to help the smell. And they've also repaired several West Louisville catch basins and hope to get more federal funding to fix even more. People living at the Dker Manor housing complex on East Muhammad Ali are demanding accountability today following a deadly shooting. Police say around 8 o'clock Saturday night, they found a man inside dead from a shooting, and right now we know one person was detained. Residents and members of Black Lives Matter said they have tried to call attention to not only the violence but all of the unresolved issues there. Their demands include creation of a task force with residents to immediately rehouse some of them and to create space for residents on the Metro Housing Authority Board.
We are tired. There's no reason why we should live like we're animals. We are human beings. And we deserve respect. We deserve change.
A statement from the Metro Housing Authority said its mission is to set a standard of operational excellence in providing quality, affordable housing opportunities for residents to achieve self-sufficiency and an enhanced quality of life. It also encouraged anyone with maintenance concerns to directly report them right away. Well, right now, Kentucky State Police are looking for the man there on your screen. This is 52-year-old George Christopher Myers. His family reported him missing on November 9th, but said they hadn't had contact with him for several months. He's described as 6 feet 2 inches tall with brown eyes, brown hair. Police say he was last seen in the Henry County area. If you know anything about where Myers could be, please call the Kentucky State Police Post 5. That number is on your screen. That is the Campbellsburg Post at 502-532-6363. The Bullock County community is honoring the lives of 2 young brothers who police say were killed by their mother last week. Our Connor Stephan and photojournalist Aspen Hester attended that vigil.
From the dozens of strangers wiping away tears to family members left absolutely shattered.
Because a lot of times you hear it on the TV, but there's no place, there's no outlet to kind of grieve together as a community.
In the face of such a tragic loss, the only option is coming together.
And it is so encouraging to see all of you coming out tonight to show the love for these two boys.
The Bullitt County community has mourned the deaths of 6-year-old Maurice Baker Jr. and 9-year-old Jaden Howard for 5 days now.
They are your bus babies, and you know, you want to protect them as soon as you get them, you know.
Including the boys' bus driver, Londa Boggs, who remembers where she was when police say their mother shot and killed them.
I lost it, I'll be honest with you, I cried really hard. And they were such sweet babies. Nobody deserves that, you know, to die like that. So, I mean, they don't.
In their deaths, several hundred people turning out here at Little Flock Baptist Church, hoping for healing and praying something like this never happens again.
We can make the change so that situations like this don't get kicked down the road like a can. That real solutions and resources can be offered to help.
A community illuminating in the face of such a deep tragedy. In Bullitt County, Connor Steffen, WHAS11 on your side.
Tiffany Lucas, the mother of those two boys, is expected to appear in court tomorrow. She is now charged with both of their murders. She's being held in the Bullitt County Detention Center on a $2 million bond. Testimony is expected to wrap up today in the federal trial of former LMPD detective Brett Hankerson. Last week, he took the stand in his own defense, testifying he did not fire blindly into Breonna Taylor's apartment during that 2020 raid. The prosecution argues he did. Hankerson is expected to finish giving that testimony today, after which the judge says closing arguments would begin. He is accused of violating the civil rights of Taylor and her neighbors. Well, right now, fires are threatening parts of southern Indiana. Take a look at these photos posted by Monroe Township Fire Saturday. The department said they responded to a brush fire near Flat Rock Estates and the area between Caney Road and Route 31. These are both near Henryville. This afternoon, there are still active burn bans in Orange, Lawrence, Washington, Scott, and Jennings counties. People there are asked to avoid any open burning because with that dry condition we're looking at, the wildfire risk is still very high. And crews continue battling wildfires in eastern Kentucky that have scorched tens of thousands of acres. Teams from Idaho and Texas now arriving over the weekend to help. The Kentucky Department of Forestry said more than 20 counties are under an active burn ban as a result of these wildfires, including Nelson, Bullitt, and Trumbull. A procession across Louisville and into Oldham County will take place in the next hour for a Ballardsville firefighter who died in the line of duty over the weekend. 53-year-old Sergeant Thomas Petschke Jr. died on Saturday while responding to a fire in Goshen. Sunday, first responders gathered to honor his sacrifice with a procession from LaGrange to Old Louisville. Our Alex Dieter and photojournalist Addie Hill were there.
Sergeant Thomas Petschke Jr. did on Saturday what he's done for the last 10 years. He responded to a fire at North Buckeye in Goshen, but while he was on the scene, he collapsed. Despite immediate medical attention and being transported to a local hospital, he didn't make it.
Tom was a husband, a father, a son, a man of God, and a firefighter.
Petschke was a Ballardsville firefighter for 10 years. He's described as a hardworking entrepreneur, owning industrial turnkey solutions in LaGrange, and a servant to the Oldham County community.
With his busy work schedule, he always found time to get back to his community.
Sunday evening, a procession made its way from LaGrange Road to a funeral home in Old Louisville. First responders and law enforcement, brothers and sisters, paid their respects.
He was an example of a volunteer fireman, always trying to expand his knowledge and serve the community the best way he could.
Ballardsville Fire and Rescue said on Facebook, quote, "We ask that you keep Sergeant Petschke and his grieving family in your hearts during this unimaginably difficult time. Our thoughts also extend to the firefighters who served alongside him and those who were with him yesterday as they cope with the loss of their dear colleague and friend." Alex Dieter, WHAS 11 on your side.
Anchorage Middletown Fire is helping the small department during this time. A procession will begin in the next hour around 1 o'clock, beginning off South 3rd Street in Old Louisville to Crittenden Drive, then on to 65 North and 71, where his body will be escorted back to a LaGrange funeral home on West Jefferson.